A massive group of about 11,000 migrants gathering near the Mexico-Guatemala border, preparing to begin a treacherous journey to our southern border on Monday. With us now, former acting Homeland Security Secretary and Executive Director of the America First Policy Institute Center for Homeland Security and Immigration, Chad Wolf. Chad, welcome.
Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
So let's start with some numbers. Border encounters fiscal year 2022. Rio Grande Valley up 21%. Del Rio up 133%. El Paso up 55%. Yuma up 346%. How do you assess those staggering numbers?
Well, you're exactly right. They are staggering numbers, and it shows you that this administration continues to emphasize and really encourage the crisis that we see on that border. And these number of individuals that are crossing the border illegally, thousands and hundreds of thousands at this point, every 30 days, every month. And there's no end in sight. And so as we look to the future, we look towards what can be done at that border. This administration is still trying to pull down Title 42. And so I think that's important to remember, that there's very few tools left in a tool belt of a Border Patrol agent. And this administration has slowly taken away each one of those tools to address and manage the crisis on that border today.
Next set of numbers: deportations and arrests at the southern border. Fiscal year 2020, more than 185,000 deported, 104,000 arrested. Fiscal year 2021, 59,011 deported, 74,082 arrested. That's a pretty steep drop, isn't it?
Absolutely. And so at the same time that you have a historic border crisis and the highest number of illegal apprehensions that we've ever seen, you also have the lowest number of deportations or removals at the same time. So it's very clear what this administration is trying to do. They have opened up the borders. They have allowed these individuals to come into the U.S. They have reinstituted catch and release. And then at the same time, they're not removing individuals that should be removed because they don't have a legal right to be here. Again, this is all about legal migration versus illegal migration. And if you choose to break our laws, there should be consequences. But again, this administration is showing them that there are no consequences. And that's why you see these numbers continue to increase month after month.
If the White House were to call you, I realize that may be unlikely, but if they were to call you to say, what do we do to get a handle on the border, what would you tell them?
Well, you got to start imposing some consequences. So you got to hold individuals accountable for breaking the law. You've got to reinstitute the Remain in Mexico program. You've got to restart the asylum cooperative agreements, put people in those programs, and show individuals and show those folks that it's not okay to illegally break the law and come across that border. You will not remain in the United States. You will be removed back to your home country until you choose to come to the U.S. in the legal, in the proper way, and be vetted like every other individual.
When you hear about another migrant convoy getting started potentially as soon as tomorrow morning, what's the practical impact at our southern border should they make that trip?
Well, the practical impact, it would be overwhelmed. It would be overwhelmed, and it also depends on where they're crossing. If they choose to cross at a port of entry, it will stop commerce. It will stop illegal trade and travel that you have at that port of entry. But probably the most dangerous is if they choose to cross in the middle of the desert or across the river between a port of entry. And what does that do to Border Patrol resources? And we're not going to be able to apprehend all of those individuals, and it's a very dangerous journey. So again, the administration has put the signal out there that it's okay to come, that the vast majority of folks will be released, and that's why you're going to see migrant caravan after caravan after caravan, and you're going to continue to see these numbers until something different happens. And I just say, you know, they talk about their plan to secure the border and to manage the crisis. There is nothing that's changed in 15 months. It continues to be very dangerous along that border.
Former acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.